Welcome back to this week's episode of Extra Chromosome Podcast. I'm joined here by the two chromies as usual, Sam the Man and Cheese the Queso, but an extra. We got Matt from the BouncyCast.
Hey, what's good?
Let the people, if people don't know who the BouncyCast is, he's just a cool podcast that we've been seeing around lately.
Seeing around more or less. We've got a solid 20 viewers per episode. It's pretty sick.
Hey, that's a lot better than us. Fuck.
Oh, really?
Hey,
we got dedicated 5.
It's literally just because I keep I keep spamming people with the episodes in all the servers I'm in. I'm just like, listen to it. I swear it's good.
So you're in 20 servers and you just keep spamming it?
Yeah. It's like one person per server. I managed to strong arm.
It's a moderator, so you defist any racist.
Yeah,
shit
I managed to strong arm Doug, Anthony, and Jake into listening to them. So
it's easy to get Jake. Jake joined our podcast.
Jake's pretty down for that kind of thing. He's usually really chill.
Yeah, he's like the whore that gets passed around a lot.
Yeah. He also gets really drunk on your podcast, starts saying the N-word twice, and you have to edit it out.
Like
so
4
it's really
times.
Cool.
That's great. Hey man, at least it's not like my co-hosts who insist on doxing everybody, quote unquote, on accident 6 times an episode.
Well, mine just does that on.
Hey, remember when I went to 4303? He started saying that.
There is a pretty great bit though, because in order to censor stuff, oftentimes I'll just silence that part of the recording. And there was a really great bit one of my friends did where he said, "Oh yeah, Matt's address is," and then he went silent for 20 seconds and didn't speak and didn't break it at all. And I was like, okay, that was a pretty decent bit because it really does sound like I censored you.
Yeah, I just put in whatever, or I'll just edit their audio. So Sam is saying something or Cheese saying something that doesn't belong there.
My
I don't like dead air because dead air is one of the most annoying things.
Well, I mean, we've usually got a solid 4 guys per episode at least. So,
what do you mean at least? How many guys?
We have 8 guys total that can do it.
What the fuck?
They're just never available.
Guys,
what's it a rotating chair?
Basically,
what kind of fucking gangbang are you a part of? What?
It's all. So we got 2 or 3 that are in the same general area as me, and then we got 4 of them that are overseas.
What they
one of them is in Europe. I'm not going to elaborate where. And then one of them is
is in Denmark, because we have a guy from Denmark who occasionally comes to the show.
Yeah, he's not from Denmark. I would have to ask him if he wanted me to talk about it, because I'm not going to just tell exactly where he is, but he's not from Denmark.
No, we'll private it. We'll cut it out.
Is he from those countries where you can't say anything bad, and then he'll get hunted down?
No, so it is okay. So I don't think he's gonna mind, because it's not it's easy to find him. He's from Switzerland.
It's dirty Swiss, I say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's been there for a good while now. And then my other buddy, the guy that's a Marine, he's and again, I've talked to him about it. He's cool with me saying that because he himself said that. So he's overseas for that. I don't know how he gets time to record anything when he's on active deployment, but he does.
I really hope you have to edit out bullets and gunshots out of your next episode.
No, so that's never happened, but it has happened where he's gotten up to get a beer from his mini fridge and smacked his mic on the way there.
What do you mean he smacked his mic on the way to the mini?
He has a boom mic, right? And he's getting up from his chair, and he just hit it getting up, I guess, because there's just a big pop in the recording when he gets up, and I'm like, God.
You sure it wasn't a random prisoner and he had tied up a POW?
Yeah.
Just
I don't know, man. He basically he's in pretty nice place. He's basically in a dorm with another guy. So
the prisoner, yeah, the POW.
Yeah, the other. I don't know. Maybe his roommate is a POW because all he ever seems to do is play For Honor, and that's basically prison.
He makes
hey! For Honor's pretty great, man.
That seems pretty accurate. That would be pretty torturous.
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know how much. I bet our audiences probably already overlap a bit, but anybody who's listened to this that's not heard of the BouncyCast, I think it's really funny. Our episode that's coming out, probably it's going to be out by the time that this goes live.
How would it be that?
No. I mean,
I've been lagging.
Yeah. So I bet my episode's coming out next Monday, so I bet it's already going to be out. we interviewed a furry. That was pretty fun. I got to call one of my buddies a low-key furry for like 20 minutes, so that was pretty great.
We can have a furry, the pit bull, but he's not as degenerate as all these other ones.
I don't want a degenerate.
Bro,
one.
speaking of,
those are the fun ones.
Like, dude,
Yeah, but then they send me dick pics at my. I don't want those.
I want those.
Okay, then nigga send it to you.
That could be the show art for the week.
I don't mind it.
So are we not sending me their Discord tags or?
I just want to know so I can avoid them, man.
No. So I can make sure that they're actually furry. No, I actually had no idea my friend was a furry because we met playing Overwatch, which I suppose should have been my first indication.
Yeah,
but
So would you be more disappointed if he told you he was trans or a furry?
Well, then it wouldn't have surprised him.
Mention that I had that conversation with him, and I'm like, please don't.
Please don't be trans. Please,
yeah, please. You can pick one disability, man.
Mental handicap.
Because you know what, like, think about it. Because I know there's some like bronies out there. Have you seen them? Like they literally cut off their hands and like kind of like make them into hoofs.
What?
Or their fingers? Like, cut them into hoofs.
Is that a real thing?
Hilarious.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, there's like a couple
Jamie,
of furries.
pull that video up.
There's like some transsexual, interspeech. I don't know if you would call them, but they cut off their like hands and like make them into like little hoofs.
Transpecist, or something.
Yeah, they make them into little hoofs. I
can't even imagine.
Like
at that point, it's legal to hunt them for sport.
Yeah, would you rather like have them cut your dick off or just cut your hands off? Like,
well, I mean, what's the difference?
Well, I mean, one
can literally still
off.
function. Yeah, well, I don't know.
Do I have to?
Anyways, but yeah, no. All that being said, he's actually really cool. He's not like creepy in any way, shape, or form. He hates the actual furry community. He just kind of like dated a girl that was, and he's kind of been ever since. Like I said, check that episode out. I think the title of the episode is something along the lines of "Are we all furries?" and like a clickbait title. Yeah. But it was really fun. It was genuinely really fun. So I highly recommend checking that out.
All right. Yeah. So if you want to hear more about animal abuse, go click on the BouncyCast episode 3 or 4.
That guy's my friend. Please don't say that about him.
It's fine. They're fake animals. It's fine.
Yeah, they're just wearing animal costumes, I swear.
All right, so
it's like that one meme where they put the gorilla in the gorilla suit.
Yeah. So we introduced Matt. So you boys have anything interesting that happened during your week?
Matt, you got anything? You wanna start it off?
Just tell us how your week is.
I guess. I didn't have anything really happen. I've been excited for football. Woo! Man sport. Let's go. Woo! Starting off today.
Tossing the old pigskin in the circle.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Fucking Joey Homo over here.
Oh man. I'm not watching the game, but I'm gonna see the results after this, and I'm pretend.
Okay, that actually does make it gay. If you're not even watching it, but you're gonna.
How am I gonna watch it if I'm doing this? What you want to be? What if I can turn around and look at it?
I want some commitment. I want you to have it on one screen,
not right
and
now.
then have the podcast on another screen.
Sorry, guys. I would be talking to you, but you just scored a touchdown.
I just scored. You're part of the game actively.
That would be pretty good. He just like randomly during conversations just randomly go, yeah!
It's 14-23 right now.
I think it would be a banger if like every down you like call back into the podcast. Yeah, we scored a really good offensive touchdown right there. It's third down, and I don't dude, it's been so long since I played football. I don't remember the terms anymore.
I could tell.
I did in like early high school, and that was about it because I fucked up my back.
Oh, how did you fuck up your back?
I went up against this dude that was like 7 feet tall because he was
black, wasn't he?
He was actually, yes.
We figured.
Their school was literally like known for that, where they would have just like the most brolic looking dudes ever. And I was a linebacker because I'm 6'5" and I'm pretty big, so I did a decent job of it. But that man just hit me so hard that I went full off, like my body was not touching the ground, and I landed on my back. Like the man made me do a flip. it was the most that I have been ever violated.
Did you grow up on a fucking radiation patch in Texas? Like, we get these fucking monsters.
Bro, I couldn't tell you because I was trying to block that man, and the next thing I know, I'm on my back.
You know, he's a pretty tall guy too. He's a good 5.
Fuck you.
5'3".
That's freaking crazy. You want like a solid 6 inches off the top? I hate being this tall.
Listen, motherfucker,
Would you take his 6
I'm
inches?
proud. I'm proud 5'6". I'm proud 5'6". 172 pounds, motherfucker. I'm going lower.
He's offering you 6 inches, Cheese. Will you take his 6 inches?
It'll make me.
You'll be a solid 6 foot, Cheese. You'll be taller than me and Mike.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll take it.
And if I'm feeling extra generous, I'll give you the last 2.
And he'll give you the tip as well.
Oh, fucking hell. Anyways, but yeah, no. The place that we were playing on was really ghetto. They didn't have artificial turf, so it was just kind of like a normal field. And there must have been like a rock or something, because I just feel this like shooting pain in my lower back, like one of the, like those bottom vertebrae or whatever. And ever since then, it's been like that particular place gets locked up, and I have to pop it constantly.
Yeah, man, that's terrible. How old are you, man? Are you like 40? How old are you?
I'm not actually. I feel like I am sometimes. I'm actually just about 21 here.
Nah, jeez,
you're fucking old.
Right?
Jesus, I feel like I'm 60 sometimes. I have health problems that I realistically shouldn't have.
Like what? Like you just like have
my
heart attacks?
ankle's also fucked up. I have asthma. Yeah, that's the thing that I have.
I outgrew that.
Sam, did you say you outgrew asthma?
Yeah.
How do you outgrow asthma? Your lungs are fucked. How do you outgrow that?
It just happened. I mean, I still have it if if it gets like aggressive, like a bunch of dust and everything. Like I'll start coughing a storm, but I don't need like an inhaler anymore. I used to have like asthma attacks when I was like 4. And like shit like that, I'd need a abbreviator or whatever it's fucking called.
You mean like so when those girls like beating you up, it would give you like anxiety and you have to go like
No, it wouldn't get anxiety. It was just asthma. But like I'm allergic to something in the grass, and if I were like near that a lot, it would start acting up my asthma.
No, yeah, that's a thing that happens. With like consistent physical exercise, you can just outgrow it. Sometimes you can't, sometimes you can. I eventually, whenever I'm not like constantly busy with work, maybe when I go back to school, I'm going to try to like completely get over asthma, but I haven't. I work a trade job right now, so I can't really.
You're just going to rub some dirt in your lungs? Rub some dirt in?
No, paint fumes, like 90% of the time.
Oh, that's right. You like make like shelves or something.
Cabinets, actually. Yeah,
it's an artistic trade. Goddammit.
Yeah. Yeah. As much as painting and sanding all day is artistic.
That shit fucking sucks. Like, I hope my dad make a bar outside, and I didn't paint anything, but I did like the.
Get him a beer from the fridge.
What kind of wood did y'all use?
I don't know what he used, because he would just use the cheap shit from like Home Depot. It's like
like particle boards type stuff.
Yeah, but he would like keep it the same like color and everything. But we use this fucking furbishing thing on the wood, and that shit smelled like awful. Something like that. I don't remember.
Stain or a sealer. That's what we have to do.
Ago.
So depending on the color and what we're doing, we either do primer and then paint, or we do we stain it, we seal it, and then we paint it. So.
It smelled awful though. It smelled like
it
death.
does. It actually smells like your lungs are burning.
Sap death, and then like it's like all sappy, and then like it's glue. It's like adhesive to everything. It's like horrible.
And then they have like one of those cheap filter masks, and that's the only thing that I have, and it's too small, so it hurts my freaking face. I didn't
even put on a mask. I was because I was also drinking too.
So God,
I was smelling the fumes and drinking,
that is
and I was
probably
like,
speed running death right there.
I was dizzy. I was just like jumping everywhere that day.
Mm-hmm.
I was insane.
Oh yeah, that's like liver death speed run 80%. It
was pretty fun.
All right, so I know that I'm not one of the hosts here. Y'all want to get to the meat and potatoes?
Yeah, let's get to the reason why we're here. Who wants to take us out into a good old topic, boys?
I'm more than happy to talk about mine. I've been holding on to this for a while.
Matt's taking the initiative. All right.
Absolutely. Well, yeah. So I did. So this is kind of also kind of a sneak peek. My third episode on my thing is kind of about this. So if you want to get more of my amazing takes, and actually, like I said, my Marine friend was weighing in on this. So that's a highly interesting episode. So if you want to check that out,
he's stationed in Canada and he's gonna kill people.
Hey, stop peddling your snake oil already, okay, buddy? This is where we're getting the meat.
Anyway, moving on to the actual article. So, talking about, of course, the wackiness that's been happening in good old Canada land. So yeah, Canada has been having some fun stuff with their euthanasia laws. Basically, a solid couple years ago, they set the legal precedent that you could prescribe euthanasia to somebody. You know, usually how it starts is like a cancer patient or someone that like literally is not going to live very much longer. It's like putting down a dog. That's what they prescribe it as, and that's why that it usually starts. But yeah, so it has extended to basically everybody. So the way that their universal healthcare system works, you can only get treatment if the government says, yeah, sure, you're good. We'll give you that treatment. Otherwise, you have to pay for it out of pocket. So
this is sorry to cut in on.
This
is like a lot of things where people talk about like, universal healthcare. Oh, that sounds like such an awesome idea. You know, like the government should do it, but they don't realize that you have to have something and you have to present to the government of all people. Like, and you'd be like, hey, like I lost a limb, and the government be like, give you a peg leg. You're fine. They're gonna give you. They're going to always choose the cheapest option. And it turns out the cheapest option is always fucking kill you. Every single time. They're like, it's just easier to kill your ass.
Well, one of the big things that they talk about in this article is that one of the people that like got that thing was they had like chronic pain from like a back injury or something. Like I don't remember exactly what kind of injury it was. I think that they broke their spine and they had like surgery for it. And, that kind of treatment's usually really expensive. So, they then they had like chronic pain from it, and they told the government like, hey, can you pay for this pain medication, this like high-end pain medication? And the government basically just told them, suck it up, you'll be fine.
Yeah, because, like, it's funny because a lot of people think the government cares about us. They're gonna help us.
We're numbers to them.
They're gonna do the cheapest thing possible, dude. They won't even fix the roads in like our country. Like, you really think they're gonna help you fix your grandma's lung, dude? They don't give you shit.
Yeah, so there was the top person they talk about in this article is a guy named Alan Nichols. He has a history of depression, a lot of other mental and medical issues. None of them were life-threatening. He was about 61 years old, and he was hospitalized in June, starting at 2019. And the reason he was there is because they feared that he might be suicidal. And while he was there, he repeatedly asked his brother to bust him out of there as soon as possible. And literally less than a month later, he submitted a request to be euthanized and was killed almost immediately. Despite his family and the nurse caring for him telling them that would be a bad idea. But the doctor did it anyways.
That's pretty wild.
That's one less Canadian in the world.
And do you know the reason on file for why he was euthanized?
Canadian.
Hearing loss.
Well, I mean, how would you feel if you couldn't hear?
Hey, can we kill you? What? Hey, can we kill you? What? Fucking kill him. Fucking kill him.
So basically, what's it called? For what they were saying, like, he wasn't using his cochlear implant, the inner ear stuff that they put in you so that you can hear. He refused to use it. And since he couldn't hear at all without it, they just decided it was good enough. But the family is arguing that, like, obviously he wasn't mentally well enough to understand what he was trying to do, and they shouldn't have given him the ability to request it because he didn't have the mental capacity to, because it turns out he was schizophrenic.
Then who does have the mental capacity to tell him if he can live or not?
Not schizophrenics!
Yeah, but, I mean, if a schizophrenic doesn't want to live anymore because they can't handle schizophrenia and they're death, like, why would they want to live?
The family, yeah. I think at that point has like I think that your life is more like for the sake of those who love you kind of thing.
Yeah, but wouldn't that fucking suck? Like, you're done with life and now you got this miserable family who doesn't even see you at least like once a month. Like,
I don't know, man. It's a hard choice to make. But basically,
I'm
like,
greedy.
whether or not you agree with that, there are some other examples here. Like I said, there are some people here that, like, they got sick with COVID and they couldn't cover COVID expenses, so they just chose to die
just had,
because
like,
they
the
couldn't.
Yeah,
pay their
but
The
benefits.
flu. They just had the flu, and they're like, "All right, time to kill you."
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically
COVID,
because the
COVID is a
government wouldn't.
serious virus, and it
Well,
takes lives.
It should be
okay?
Well,
taken
the thing is-
seriously, damn it.
The ironic thing is the government was taking it super seriously, but the government also wouldn't cover expenses for COVID. So this poor lady was unable to make rent or anything because she was in so much hospital debt. So she just chose to do euthanasia so she didn't have to pay her debt.
Exactly. It's cheaper, easier. I mean, she was already going to die. She
Shit,
was
that's
getting
how I want to
healthcare.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. And like also there's another example here about there's a guy that was in the hospital and literally the doctors started telling him, "Yeah, we're going to give you more fines unless you kill yourself."
And what did he pick?
the kill yourself option.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
See,
what
no,
I use
this
every
is
time.
his doctors being honest and less greedy. Because usually doctors will just keep you alive as long as they can, keep prescribing you money, keep making you pay for more shit.
No, because
So
it
you're
actually
debt,
cost.
and then guess who gets that debt? Your kin, your fucking family. You get all that debt, and you have to make a funeral.
No, that is
more
not
debt.
true. That is not true.
Yes.
In America, it's not true. Once you
Not
have
in
debt,
America, in
Not in
Canada,
America.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck
but
Canada.
well, I don't know how Canada is, but in America, if you have debt, your wife carries on the debt if you're married.
It depends
But
on
if
the
you're
debt.
not
And
married,
then
you
it-
die. It just
What
ends
if
the
what
debt.
if the wife is dead? What if you're the last one?
Yeah, it's usually
Well,
single
then it
people.
dies off.
It's usually single people.
doesn't
Like
make
their
sense.
closest relatives are usually like brothers and stuff. And I don't think that the debt carries on that way.
No,
if it
doesn't
does,
carry
that
on
would
to
be
siblings.
the cruelest thing. Imagine your brother just like Lamau, you get on my debt and just offs himself.
Yeah, that's how
That'd
it
be
happens.
awesome,
Or
dude.
it's
That'd
like
like-
taken from inheritance or something.
I'll just charge up some
But
credit
yeah,
cards, go
so-
party, and then have my brother deal with the bill. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, so the reason why I bring it all up and the reason why it's even more scary is they're actively trying to pass bills that allow mental health patients and minors to do this.
Good.
Like people under the age of 16 who have depression can just instead of you can literally ask the doctor to kill yourself.
Is this all in
You-
Canada?
And in Canada, yeah,
Good.
it hasn't been passed yet, but it is literally like you can go to the hospital for like suicide watch and then ask the doctor to kill you.
All right, I'm only cool with this for
How?
2 weeks.
Suicide.
I'm only
It's suicide watch. We're gonna watch you kill yourself.
Yeah,
So,
dude.
I'm only okay with this under one thing. Because I know Canada, they like transsexuals and trannies over there, and
Oh,
I know
yeah, you're right.
if you don't give your kids like a trans hormone therapy, it's child abuse. So my question is, if you go to the government saying I want to be a woman now, do they pay for that because they want trannies, or would they be like, just kill yourself? You're
that's
born the wrong
good-
gender.
I think they have been paying for it, if I'm not mistaken. I would have to look into that. I'm not sure.
Mike.
off the top.
So the Prime Minister of Canada is like just a femboy lover, apparently.
No, Mike, that's true. They'll just kill
Okay,
themselves.
that's not what happens when you
No!
go through the surgery. You don't
No,
become
they
a
can-
femboy. I'm
They
sorry.
they can teach reincarnation. Be like, in your next life, you'll become the woman that you wanted to be. And like fucking like
That would be so
That'd be good.
funny. That would be so
Yeah.
funny.
the loss of
Imagine if-
life would be hilarious.
No. Imagine if they go in for surgery and like the surgery becomes illegal, but the only option that is legal is euthanasia instead. So they just tell you you're gonna be a woman, and then you never wake
Yeah,
up.
and then they charge a $20
Oh,
fee. And now it's like a
crap.
loot box. It's like you don't know what you're gonna
okay,
get.
It's messed up,
There
but
we
it's
go.
kind of funny.
They should have that. It's either
Mhm.
your transsexual pills that make you a woman, or they're just like cyanide capsules. It's like, which
Yo,
one's
it's
it gonna
like a
be?
double blind test. Not even the doctor knows. They like take a bunch of pills and they like mix them all up, and it's like you got like a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah. But what if you want the euthanasia and they accidentally give you a tranny pill?
Well, that's just that's
Like,
universal
you have
healthcare.
cancer and now
Hey,
you're a
you can
girl,
just
too.
die again, dude. Like it's not like how many times they're gonna mess it up.
You keep doing it and like it keeps giving you like like estrogen.
You know what? No, maybe you won't make you want to kill yourself because eventually you start growing tits. You're like, you know what, this ain't bad. Maybe I'm kind of cool with this.
It is
now.
bad. It's tits on a man.
Yeah, but you get to squeeze them and jerk off.
No,
Yeah.
you don't.
No,
You wouldn't like it if you had titties?
Cheese, you're
Fuck
fat with
you.
your tits. And
I
you're
never
just
had tits. I had a big belly.
No, you lose
you're
the
like
ability to-
198 pounds and like 5'3". You're fat.
Yeah,
So tell me,
that was only my belly.
tell me how did they feel?
You actually, so the downside to it is that like once the hormones start to take effect, you lose the ability to get hard.
That's not true.
Oh,
you lose the
I see a lot of trannies with
you
big
lose
dicks.
the ability to have cognitive thinking
Because they're not on
man.
hormone blockers. Like at some point, you literally lose the ability.
Yeah, but
And
then
you-
they have gigantic tits.
You
Yeah,
also
and penis.
those are put on with surgery before they go on the hormones.
No.
No.
Absolutely.
Mine's all
are.
natural, buddy.
Yeah, all natural.
You're in such denial. It's
I'm not.
palpable.
No.
It's just pure copium.
No.
You tell me I won't get like some fucking like some
I won't-
E-cups?
Yeah, I won't let you diss the trans community right now. On our
Oh yeah. The prestigious.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, how dare you.
Also,
You don't want to
sorry
be taken
to,
down like
More
Kiwi
50%.
Farms.
yeah, shout outs to fucking Keffels, you trans fuck
Kill
for
yourself. Take
shutting
down
down
my
Kiwi
podcast, you
Farms.
bitch.
You guys hear about that? Matt
I
and
did,
Cheese
yeah.
about Kiwi
I
Farms
did
being
hear about that.
taken down by big trans.
What? They got taken down?
What are you gonna do without
You're
his
promoting
small
hate
cock?
speech. Where? I
So-
care for someone who diddled his mom. Where?
So you know they kept harassing Cloudflare and whatever, and they put out a statement saying that Kiwi Farms is a danger to humanity, and like
Bro,
what they do
what?
is terrible.
The dangerous hacker known as 4chan.
Yeah,
But they don't
as
even do that.
anonymous.
All they do is just like document retards.
Where? I stood up for the rights.
It's literally like if my son went to school with a retard and he documented him throughout his whole school year, and they're like, "Well, kid, that's illegal. You can't do that."
No,
Banger.
but Mike,
Can you imagine doing that?
we talked
I'd
about
be
this. The
proud.
people who document those retards are retards in their own right. They're just like
They
That's
are.
fine.
they're
It's
like
such
it's like a totem pole. It's like the lower down you go, the less retarded it is, and you just like document that person. That person documents the other
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, so
Like,
then we
they're
document those
mentally
retards.
unstable.
It's a cycle of retardation, which is awesome.
It's like
I
a
was
snake that
watching
eats
that.
itself.
I was watching that Frederick Knudsen video again on Wings of Redemption.
Newton.
Dude, I don't fucking care. But I forgot this tangent he had where he was talking about like the Reddit for Wings and like how like the moderators were in a scandal because one moderator had like a family, but he got caught with like pictures of another moderator dressed as a girl. And it was fucking hilarious. Like these guys are full on retarded too, and they're just like, you're
Are
fat.
you talking about the dude that had like a spastic breakdown because he heard that somebody had sex in his suite, so he went around with a black light?
No.
That sounds just as retarded, but
No,
he's
no,
probably
yeah,
one of
okay,
those guys. He's retarded.
Wings of
That's
Redemption.
very much like something that's like because the guy that I'm thinking of, he also did that where he had one of his like fans or moderators or whatever dress up as
No,
like a cat.
It wasn't people sending it to Wings of Redemption. It was the moderators themselves sending it to each other.
That's freaking
Yes,
hilarious.
like
dude.
these guys are stupid.
Yeah, so basically it's like a bunch of
they're
guys.
lame.
Like imagine there's like a bunch of guys like exposing BouncyCast. They're like, BouncyCast, they're a bunch of losers.
They have a porn
But then you
mod.
find out the guys who are exposing you are just as fucked up, if not worse.
They like
than
want to
you.
kiss,
So-
they want
so
to
my
kiss a
host
dog in the
then?
mouth.
Because I'm pretty sure my host would do that.
It's just so lame. Like maybe that furry one might, but I mean the rest of them.
He's not a host.
Yeah.
He was just a guest.
Oh, I don't know. There's 8 of you. He could be a host sometime. I
he
don't know.
might at some point if I don't get no. Anyways, I don't know, man. It's entirely possible. It'd be really funny though if somebody's tried to expose me. I'd be like, yeah, sure.
But that's just what they are. Like was it one of Chris Chan's like it was like Blue Q or whatever. The the kid who pretended
Blue
to be a
Chew, the
girl.
fucking
Blue
hard-on?
Yeah. No, I forget his name
Sponsored by
was.
Blue
Yeah.
Chew.
If
That
only we
would
had
be
a good friend of the
super
show,
funny
Colin.
if you were sponsored by them and that was like
Oh.
you going into an ad. That would be super funny.
It was Blue Spike. There you go. Like he was like fucking mentally
What
unwell.
is he, a character?
Is that
from
just
Blue's
Sonic Blue
Clues?
Spike?
No, it was one of the characters who would troll Christian. He was like one of the first ones to pretend to be a girl and then like expose him. But he was like
Oh.
12.
Yeah, well, Christian is legitimately like mentally unwell. He thinks that Sonic is real and it's like a different dimension crossing
No
over to
dick.
ours.
Dude, Sonic is real. What are you
I
talking about?
saw a lot of similarities between Christian and the Final Fantasy house.
He reminds
Which
me
was
of the
amazing.
Temple OS guy, actually.
No, Temple S guy he's sacred, and I love
No,
him.
the Temple S guy is pretty base. I mean, he
He's
knew about
beautiful.
the glowies.
Yeah,
Like,
the
he knows.
glowies.
He
That's
warned us
weird.
about them.
The CIA glows in the dark. Dude, he knew. This
God.
shit is wild.
Yeah, he was also
It
fighting.
would be
with
awesome if like, he
schizophrenia.
had a podcast.
Oh, dude. I imagine he said like Buffalo somewhere along the lines.
Jesus.
God bless.
Speaking of my the furry guy that I had on the podcast was going out for work at some point, and he passed through Uvalde, the place where that school shooting happened.
Yeah,
Did you
that
finger
cool little
guns at the
place?
kids? Like,
Which one?
No, there was still news. There was still news in the area. It was really goofy.
I'll get the rest of you, motherfuckers.
what was the news? They're dead. Like, what else do you need?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know. Yeah, there was still news people there. It was really goofy. It's like, what are you recording? What are you talking about?
like I mean,
How long ago was Uvalde?
That's like
Like,
4 months.
3
ago.
months ago, yeah.
Oh, they're probably like doing like 4 months after the shooting.
Leave
type
it
of
to the
thing.
news.
They're
to, like,
still dead. Update.
Update,
Yeah.
still dead.
It's gonna be like they're recording because it's gonna be like a reality show, like Survivor, to see like who survives this.
That'd be pretty
Surviving Uvalde. There you
Yeah.
Jesus
that's a
Christ.
South Park bit waiting to happen.
Bro, imagine somebody survives something like that and they go on like live television and they're just like Lamau skill issue.
That'd
That
be
would be
great.
me, probably.
That
never
would be
understood
Like,
me.
I hope if
How,
my
like, all these
son
people
survives a
died.
school shooting, he would do that. He's like, yeah, they had a skill issue.
He'd probably cry.
Well, you know what's funny? So I don't know if I brought this up on the podcast, but I proposed a good idea to my girlfriend. I was just talking to her.
I thought you were just about to say that you proposed to your girlfriend.
No,
I
what the
thought
fuck?
so.
What am I crazy?
Not yet.
But anyways,
What am
So-
I crazy? Oh.
so what I think is we should give kids, because they have school shooters. We should give them those like little, those little tiny pistols with the one-shot bullet in them. We should at least give all kids those things, because they can't like really
Hey
kill
Billy,
someone.
check out this thing. Pop.
The little thing
because
from,
I mean, if they have school fights and they shoot each other, oh well. I mean, maybe
Oh,
they'll shoot them, but it won't kill them.
Sorry. Oh well.
Yeah,
See,
well, I mean, if you shoot them in the neck,
survival of
the
the
only way they'll
fittest,
die is if they get shot in the neck. But if they get shot anywhere else,
That's
it doesn't penetrate that
absolutely
much.
not true. They're super small. They can only
Okay.
move so-
How about this?
No,
Rubber
no, shut up.
bullets.
Give me an idea.
Oh,
So,
rubber bullets. I could
a school
see,
shooter
that would
comes
be
in,
fine.
and they all shoot their little pop guns at them.
Well, they got soft, squishy skulls though.
So, yeah, I think this is a good idea. We should do this.
Well, what type of
That's
bullets
just
are they? Are you gonna put like
Well, no,
rubber
'cause,
bullets in them?
have you ever seen those little tiny like one shooter pistols? They're like maybe like 2 inches big, or no, not 2 inches. Sorry, 2 centimeters. 2 inches is pretty fucking huge.
Jesus, that's a huge bullet.
jacket rounds.
Give them fucking take rounds and shoot at each other. It's one shot.
It's just like
That'd be
gun
cool.
itself, like the bullets hanging out of the gun, and you pull the trigger, and the whole thing just disintegrates in your hand.
Yeah, because
like-
they could they can't even penetrate like a penny or like a nickel. So it's like
Instant shrapnel gun,
like I think they're called like nickel pistols or penny pistols. I forget what they're
like
called.
snake shot.
Yeah, they're like little one shotters.
Yeah, okay.
At least they can defend themselves. Because if a guy goes into a classroom full of them, they all pull out their little shooters, and they'll probably maybe a couple will die, but at least they will kill them.
Okay, have you ever thought of this though? What are the
Bro,
retards
can
gonna
you-
have?
Can you imagine that? We'll give them the rubber bullets, or maybe Nerf guns. They'll be fine. Can you imagine like being a school shooter and you're like super angry and you walk into a classroom and like every kid is strapped and you
you
die
get
to like
fucking lit.
15 third graders? Can you imagine that? Like they're just Fortnite dance on your corpse.
See, there you go. Kids play Fortnite. They already know how to use a gun.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Do kids
According to
still
the
play Fortnite,
media,
though?
if you play COD, you
Yeah.
know how to like shoot an
they're more
automatic
like
gun already. So
Robloxers.
No, Roblox is old, man.
Fortnite is
No,
still a thing. It's
No, my
just like
little
not
sister
like
plays
a stream
Roblox all the
thing anymore.
time. She like
Yeah.
pretends to be an adult and raises a baby.
You groomed her for Roblox.
No, I
like-
didn't.
Oh my! You
No, for
groomed your
Roblox.
little
I groomed her
sister.
for sexual acts that I see for Roblox.
You perv,
She
man.
got onto Roblox on her own. Her
Dude,
friends
you
taught her
don't
that.
just toss around the word groom and not expect me to.
And I expect
Bro,
you to think
I
of
thought-
children. Yeah. Oh, you gotta be a little bit more careful around you now.
Sam's a wild character, but he's not that wild.
Oh,
Well,
man.
only according to
That's funny.
Mike. Jesus proclaimed this about me like 3 times already.
I think I had a whole conversation where the whole point was that they were trying to convince me that you were a pedophile.
Who, me?
Sam?
Yeah.
Sam?
No,
yeah.
It was
Yeah,
either
probably
Sam or
pedophile.
Cheese.
It was
either
probably
one.
me with drunk. It was probably me.
Yeah.
I was trying to be drunk. I was like, Sam's been really wild lately.
Well, that's
Yeah.
funny because I try to convince people that all those Chris Hansen videos you make me watch with you are like you bragging to me how you escape, and then you make me and Cheese like I'm Chris Hansen and Cheese is the actor because he's short.
The would be rapey. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, hello. Twiddles his little fucking mushroom hair. Yeah. Wow.
So y'all
dang.
role
And
played
then-
it? What?
It would make
Yeah.
sense because they'd be like, they got a screen user named Mike Hawk, which is a play on words to Mike Cock. Mike Hawk.
As in talking about his penis, the one he will potentially put into this young little lady, which is horrible.
I can totally see them because
You
he's
told
fallen
her
off
to
super
sub
hard,
to Extra Chromosome
He
Podcast?
said
What did
sub
you mean
to
by
the
that?
cheese man. What do you mean by this?
You're just trying to start a podcast and you have no idea someone like that's even in your audience, but like you're on
I
television
really
because
hope so. Like,
somebody said that.
I know you're
You
out
know,
there, motherfucker.
you know,
If I ever
we
get
implied
arrested
a
for
couple
something-
episodes ago, Matt. We implied a couple episodes ago we wouldn't condone if one of our audience members shot the president and wore our merch, but we also wouldn't be against it either.
Can you
know?
imagine?
We
the
don't
publicity?
condone it.
Redbubble.com,
Okay,
Extra
look.
Chromosome Podcast.
Our fellow Chrome listeners, we do not condone that.
But
I'm sorry.
It would be pretty
But we do
cool,
have
okay?
a site with merch on it that we
I'm
don't
sorry.
own.
Did you just call them listeners? Like, is the hard R listeners just to like?
Yeah, we have a.
I'm
we have
not-
one
we're
black
not
listener.
racist on this
Cheese thinks
podcast.
he's black sometimes. You know, he likes to appropriate culture. He wears dreads sometimes. You know.
I do wear dreads sometimes.
This
That's
is a
badass.
dreads day. That's why
I have
he's
a
pretty
black
mad.
person on my podcast. I'm allowed to be racist.
That makes sense.
How black is it?
Yeah.
The whitest black person you've ever
Mm.
met.
Oh, we have the whitest Mexican. Cheese. Say hi.
Hello.
See? We have one of those.
He might actually want to come on at some point because he was actually down for it. You just got to give him like a day ahead
We
of time.
don't.
With, like,
We don't take
so he
sloppy
I'm telling you,
seconds.
tell him to dress up like a hoodlum and then go up to Jake's house and be like, "Hey, Zero sends his regards," and then like fucking scare the shit out of him. It'd be funny.
I'll bring it
Talk
by
him
him.
into
We'll
it.
see.
Say we'll all be laughing, we'll all have a beer, we'll all kiss
We're all
each
going to
other.
laugh at you.
It'll be hilarious. No, it'll be funny.
It seems like if there's ever going to be a fan meetup, it's going to be in Texas. A lot of people we know have come from Texas already, goddammit.
It's like
Yep.
the podcast central for some reason.
it's
There's
kinda like
so
the-
many people that live in
There's
Texas.
even people who
bro.
like don't listen to podcasts but are good friends of us, like all
Friends of the
Texas.
show.
Yeah, friends of the show, just all Texas for some fucking
Because
reason.
I mean-
Texas is awesome.
Yeah, dude, Texas is sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, except
hot
for the
out
right
there.
to work stuff. That's not so fun.
but
Well, you guys can
income
even kill
tax.
babies out there, which sucks.
Unlike
Whoa.
Canada,
go Canada.
yeah. See, hey,
Well,
hey,
we
yeah.
Maple syrup.
Technically, you can kill as many babies as you want if they don't discover that it's you.
Wait a
That's
minute.
just cruel.
Like what? Like
Oh,
you just like do belly
that's
flop
just
on
wrong.
like on.
No. Just a quick pillow to the head, pop, and then it's good. We're good.
What the fuck?
Nobody.
Who do we have on as our guest today, guys?
Some
You guys
violent
upset me
criminal,
about
apparently.
that?
I don't.
Didn't we have this vetting process? Was it not killed?
Dude, you came here talking
I
about
start it?
killing kids in Canada, how it'd be illegal because of euthanasia laws. You think
How,
convincing they're suicidal?
and not to use the word grooming around you, it reminds you of the
Yeah.
old days.
Yeah,
What is
it
wrong
was just
with
really
you?
weird that you just started saying these things.
Yeah.
Let me be clear.
We have this all on recording too, but
Yeah.
you can cut this out if you want.
Don't cut it out.
That would be even funny if I said to cut it out.
Oh, that's fine, man. I guess we'll keep it in. I mean, we have some wild lifestyle people. Johnny, good friend of the show.
friend
We
of
talk
the
about him
show.
like every day.
Every
Yeah,
episode,
we just
every
really
other
love
guest,
him.
Every guest episode, we talk about Johnny
This
on every
Johnny,
guest
dude.
episode.
We just miss him. That's
Johnny.
why.
We're like that one girl who broke up with like her love of her life, and she keeps telling every boyfriend she's with, my first boyfriend was really
God,
great.
I dated a girl like that. It was so bad.
But it
Really,
was
tell us
Johnny
more.
That she was
Well,
with.
Was she
Yeah.
hot?
I mean, no, she wasn't even hot either. That's the problem.
Ah.
At least you're
no,
honest.
Well, that's why Johnny.
No,
didn't
I
stay
mean,
with you.
she looked like She looked like the kind of girl that has to plaster on makeup to look like a 6 out of 10.
Oh, I hate those ones. Those are nasty.
Yeah, no, it was, and it was bad because it was like, it was kind of like a, okay, I guess this is happening type thing, and like every second it was like, oh man, I miss such and such. I wish things would have worked out, and I was like, bro, please. So yeah, I ditched that pretty quickly.
The closest thing I got to that was, I remember some girls dating saying they fucked her like a whore, and she didn't want to be fucked like a whore, and she's saying like, her ex didn't fuck her like a whore.
That's that is the number one sign when they come to you one day and they're like, yeah, what would be hot? A gangbang. And I'm like, nope, you know what? That's right. I'm out of here.
No, you fucked me like a whore.
I'm gonna do like your dad and go leave to get some milk.
Or molest you. What?
Oh, I wouldn't.
I will force myself just like your dad.
Jesus Christ.
That's great.
Yeah, one before the other, in no particular order.
No particular order. I'll leave first, then I'll come back later.
Yeah, I'll break into your house like 3 months later.
I'll come back for 5 minutes. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Alright, just next topic then, guys.
Funny, you're the second
Euthanasia in Canada.
Enough about killing kids and raping them. Let's get to the next one.
Alrighty, Mike, would you like to take us into one?
Jeez.
Sure thing. I'll post right now. Kids ruining everything.
Yeah.
But this could be a good idea.
The whipped cream.
So now whipped cream is now illegal to buy in New York unless you're 21 years old now.
Because they're doing whippets, right?
Fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Wait, just in New York though, right?
Just in New York.
All right,
but you know what?
God.
New York always is like the base before they
crackheads.
spread it out.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I need to pack up on.
Because they're
I
all
need to
little
buy in bulk now.
hoodlums. They're advanced.
Yeah, buy in bulk and sell. Like you're to start selling the slinging to the kids.
Kid,
Yeah,
want some nacho outside?
Imagine living in New York and you can like sign up for the military and go kill somebody, but you can't like get whipped cream to put on your ice cream.
Yeah, it's fucking wild, right? Like not even 18, like cause at least cigarettes are now 21. They used to be 18, but
and vapors too.
You can literally go die for your country, but you literally just can't have some whipped cream on your like hot cocoa. But I think this might be a good thing though, because you know what? These kids are getting fat nowadays, and they're eating all this damn whipped cream on their shit and stuff. So this is good. I think maybe this should be a ban everywhere. You know that?
I don't think whipped cream's a reason why kids are getting fat, Mike.
Well, it could be. It's one of them.
It's one of them. Yeah.
No, I don't think it's even.
Okay, think about it. Like, has your dog ever died of diabetes because you put too much whipped cream?
No,
it's literally a danger to humanity.
Why would I whip cream my dogs?
Don't worry about it. But I'm just saying.
What do you mean? Don't worry about it. I want to worry about my dogs.
Well, you stopped putting whipped cream on your balls like a while ago, didn't you?
Yeah, I actually gotta peace out. I'm getting complaints about noise, so
you put them on the mic right now and say okay.
Bro, that not a wise decision. I appreciate y'all having me on. We'll have to do it again.
Well, this has been this week's episode.
Alright, everybody. Our guest has to go to bed. His parents came in his room. He said it's bedtime, so that's been it on the Extra Chromosome Podcast. Shout outs real quick.
Alright, shout yourself real quick, Matt. Yeah.
BouncyCast, Patreon, same thing, BouncyCast, YouTube, same thing. We have a Discord now linked up to the Patreon, all that fun stuff.
All right.
Yeah, 12 o'clock is the bedtime. All right, see you.
Right,
it wasn't about that. People got to get up tomorrow morning, so
it's your bedtime. We get it.
I know your dog was like howling for the whipped cream. I got it.
All right, bye, Matt.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Whipped cream time.
Yeah, I'll send you my perspective. Y'all have
break up fun. Like a house, dude. Fuck.
You hear everything you say. We're in bed. Stop. Got it?